What's up, Ford of Hunter World? It's Craig from CraigerCoClassic here. There's another Craig next to me, Craig, the Craig 909. Yeah. Hey, how long ago did you start your YouTube channel?
It was probably about, I started in 2016, or I started earlier than that, but I actually started like actively doing it in 2016. And we've been filming videos for the last 4 years consistently. So
which video blew up, do you know?
So I took this one, as you see it here.
Yeah.
It was completely stock, 2-barrel and everything, and we ended up taking it to my high school, and I put long tube headers on it. I hadn't built an exhaust yet, and it was pretty much like stupid loud for what it was. It was stock 302, nothing been done to it. And then he went ahead and I put the long tubes on it, and we took it to high school. I had a C10 that always came with me, so we parked right next to each other all the time. And he revved his up a bunch of times, and he has the full exhaust, and then I started mine up, and there was a big crowd, and it was just a really fun time. So there's that whole video, and it did really well.
Only 1 million people have seen that, by the way.
It's about like,
that's the one that went viral for you. That's the one that sort of shot you into.
Yeah, so that one, literally I was sitting in like physics class with a couple friends in high school, and then we were just sitting there, and it was at like 8,000. At the time I only had about 1,000 subs or so.
Yeah.
And it shot up to roughly about 8,000. We're like, oh my God, look at that. That's pretty big at the time, you know. That was really good. And then a couple days later, you know, it's at like 16K, and then like 30K, 50K, 60K. Like within days, it's going up 10, 20,000 views a video or a day, which is kind of crazy.
What were you thinking when that was happening? Like unbelievable, or I'm gonna run with this, or like?
I was in high school.
I need to finish my chemistry class.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, that was the last concern. So I'm sitting in my chemistry class. I'm kind of just like hanging out, and then I'm just like, all my friends are like, dude, look at this. Like they would check it before I would, and they're like, oh my God, dude, look at that. Like your video's like actually getting like a crazy amount of views. Like you're YouTube famous. You know, it's kind of weird. But I just was like, well, now I gotta like actually post stuff. You know, there's people that are subscribed. My subscriber count like tripled in like a matter of days. I went from like less than 1,000 subs to like over 6,000 in like a week. So I was like, that's a lot. You know, that's a lot. That's a big subscriber change for really anyone. So I took in, like you said, I took in a run, and I was just gonna continue, you know, trying to do more things. You know, actually get an exhaust built. That was a big one at the time. And just, you know, it took 6 months after I uploaded it for it to finally catch on.
Really?
So it was not just, you know,
like
I
instant.
Posted it.
You took some work to get it.
Yeah, it was not just overnight at all. You know, like I said, it took 6 months before it even started to pick up, and then it took like another 6 months before it hit that million.
Right.
But it exponentially grew over time.
What I love about your videos, and you know, we've talked about this, is that they're very personal. And by that I just mean like it feels like we're actually out working on the truck with you, or going on a ride. I mean, you're really good at that. Now, what year is this? Everybody knows it, but let's tell it to the few that don't.
Okay, so the few that don't, this is my 1971 F100 short bed pickup. This has a 302 in it with a Tremec 3550 5-speed swapped into it. So the story behind this.
Yeah, tell us the transmission story.
Yeah, so basically when I first got it, sat in a field for like 20 years. Before that, it was used at like an auto wrecking place. So it had a lift gate on it, got the crap beat out of it. The entire front end was smashed. These both doors actually got hyper extended all the way forward, and pretty much the door handle touched here when it crunched this fender, and the truck was just completely
beat. Gives it character, man.
Yeah, I mean, it got completely beat. So I took it, and I mean, when I got it, there was sagebrush going through the floors in the bed, the floor pans were shot, everything was shot. The truck was absolutely trashed, like it was completely trashed. But I wanted it really, really bad. I had a choice between that and a 95 F-150 that was completely like brand new motor. Like it was awesome. Short bed, 4x4, twin traction beam. It was nice.
You chose right.
Every guy's dream, every regular 16-year-old guy's dream, I should say. And I was like, no, I don't want that. I want the piece of crap that doesn't even run. So I ended up taking this, and I pretty much right away we took it and got it running and driving. Put a cooling system in it because the radiator was broken, and I went ahead and actually with my father was like the first thing that we were like a father and son project at first, which was pretty cool.
And that was a 3 on the tree then, right?
Yeah, so this had a 3 on the tree. This was a 3-speed on the column. I learned how to drive it with manual drum brakes in all 4 corners.
If you can drive a 3 on the tree at 16, you can drive anything, dude.
I know,
and manual steering.
Yeah, the funny thing is I didn't even know how to like drive it yet. But I like played a lot of car games. You know, I had the feeling how stick shifts work. I knew what the pattern was. My dad throws me the keys, and it was in my driveway, and he had me back it up on the side of the house so we could start working on it. And I was like, all right, I got this. Give me the keys. So I like kind of feather the clutch, and I first time ever manual steering too, trying to turn around a driveway. I get it all the way backed up there, didn't install it, didn't have to move back and forth twice. Like I had it first try, and it just like instantly clicked to this.
I feel like I got lucky now. My dad did that in the mall parking lot, so in case I was to hit something.
No, yeah, I know.
That's cool, man.
I guess it just clicked pretty much instantly, but. Yeah, I had the 3-speed, and over the course of I think last summer, so it was 2018, summer 2018, I put this ceramic in it. So I found this on Craigslist. It's not a T5. It's pretty much a TKO. A lot of people, there's a big collab.
What is it like? TKO is normally 6-speed or something, or what? What was the deal with?
So you basically have a T5, which came in the 90s, Explorers and Mustangs. That was a big transmission. They also had S10s and Camaros.
Yeah.
But basically, the one I have. Is not a T5. A T5 is like the more bang for your buck, kind of smaller, less bulletproof.
Can't handle as much torque.
Yeah, that's the little baby version. I have the big dog version, which is the TKO, and the model I have, the submodel, is the 3550. It's the same body and housing as a TKO, but it's got a little bit different internals. It's got a solid input shaft, a couple different things. It handles a lot more power. The gear ratio is better. So a lot of people think I have a T5. I don't. For those of you guys that come up, it's maybe kind of, but no, not really.
And the next step up is the T56?
T56, yeah.
Okay. So, and that's a 6-speed?
But I mean, basically you're looking at, T5s are $300 to $500, TKOs are $3,000 to $4,000, and T56s are $4,000. That's pretty much like, so when people say T5, and I'm like, dude, no,
Well, you found this in something, didn't you? Like the T...
Yeah, this was on Craigslist. It came out of a 700 horsepower Mustang, and it had electric power
steering.
It was ready to go. Fiber dash. Dude, it was trick. So he was just like, yeah, I want 6 gears. So he takes it out. It had like less than 5,000 miles on it.
That's
it's
cool.
Like brand new.
That is awesome. And tell me about the interior. I know you bucket seats out of what year Mustang?
Yeah, so these are 67, 68 bucket seats. I actually bought a 69 Ranger, and I parted it out. I didn't want it. I checked it out. It was cheap. It was $5 on Craigslist. I went and looked at it. I was like, this thing is a heaping piece of garbage. I don't even want it. But I opened the door and I see 2 bucket seats. And for those of you guys that know anything about F100s, they only came in, I believe, Rangers and Camper Specials, and only F250s and only certain options. They're extremely, extremely rare option, but it's a factory option you could get.
It was a box nobody checked because you farmed in these things.
So you could get factory bucket seats that were in these trucks. And people like to argue and say that they're Mustang seats that somebody swapped in. Ford, saving money, used a Mustang bucket seat and bolted it in on a custom bracket that's made for this truck. So it is a Mustang seat, but I had a factory bucket seat truck. I took the seats out. I took the brackets out, I cleaned the brackets up, put them in here, and then one of my friends is a Dodge guy, and I opened up one of his 50s Dodges, and he had a pair of these exact seats sitting in there.
Really?
So I was like, wow, they're black. I had white ones that were like caked in wrap.
I remember the video.
They're really, really bad. So we found these inside of the car, and I was like, dude, what do you want for these? And I had some Subaru seats I was going to put in these because they had the bolstering, a little bit nicer.
Hold you in, but not as cool.
Yeah. So, and he's like, well, you have the Subaru seats, right? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, he's a nice guy, he didn't have to do this. He's like, nah, just trade me. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, you need more than me. I was like, all right.
Sweet. I love that.
So I took them out. They had
that's community of the classic car / automotive world.
Yeah, they were pretty bad too. So
that's cool.
Cleaned them all up, vacuum, pretty much filled my vacuum and wrapped them up, and put some armor on them, made it all look pretty. But yeah, they're in there. They work really great.
That's really cool. I like your gauges too. What was that?
Yeah, so that in high school I started out working at Little Caesars, and as every high school kid does, he has a crappy,
fast food,
terrible, job in high school. I worked there for 4 months and I quit, and I was like, I'm making no money, I'm having no fun, and all I want to do is look at the clock for when I get off. And I was like, I don't like that. So I actually made a deal with a friend of mine that had a 69 F250 that he rolled. He tried doing a donut at 40 miles an hour in the rain, he kickflipped it, and he smashed the whole top of it. So I bought it from him for $400. The deal was that he kept the motor in transit, I got the rest. And I looked at it, and me, at 16 years old, I was looking at this truck, and I knew all the parts that were on, I knew what they were worth. So it had an AutoFab front end beam kit and radius arm cut and turn beams, and that's like $1,500. And it had 2 front rear bumpers, $750 fiberglass on it, and then it had those gauges. So I saw the gauges, and I bought this truck for $400 because I wanted those gauges, because I knew the gauges alone were $800, and I wanted those.
They're cool. Red with like, it's not a real halo, but it looks like a halo. I love
the backing light, but the
That's
style.
Cool, yeah.
But that panel that they're in, it's a swirled aluminum panel. It's got the plastic around it, but it's that swirled aluminum. I've never seen anybody have the exact same panels as me. I don't know if somebody made it or some company makes it, but I'd never seen it before. So I was like, I want this. So I took it, kept the gauges for myself, kept a couple parts for myself, parted out. I made $1,500, and I just kept buying and selling trucks. You know, buying them, cleaning them up. Late in high school, early in college, and that was my job. And I would take what I made off of those trucks, cut the funds in half, and put half it into this, because this was my truck. I wouldn't get rid of this one. So I put half the money in this one, and I put half into getting another project, flipping it again. So
that's really cool. You know what I love about this too is you got a great patina, but you've also done a great job matching the patina. Like you said, it had a lift gate on it. You found a tailgate that fit. Yeah. You made the door look like, you know, it fits. I mean, the roof, you did a great job on that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, this one, a lot of people actually don't know this. There's like 3 or 4 body panels to this truck that are actually original to it.
Yeah.
The hood, the cab, the driver door, and the bed are the only pieces of sheet metal in this truck that are original to it.
You really have to look at it to tell any difference. You know?
I mean, I could have done a better job, but there's still, I'm not done, so that's the other thing. I want to change it all again. But I changed both front fenders because, like I said, you can actually see the front corner of this door is completely
where you bent or whatever.
I rebent it back, but this was all opened up because it smashed this corner of this fender.
Yeah.
So I changed both fenders on both sides because that door got pulled out too.
Right.
So I changed that door completely because I couldn't find a driver. And then the entire grill was smashed, so I did a full new grill. It had a new bumper on it before I bought it.
Yeah.
New front valence, new wheel inserts, new core support, new inner fender wheels, new everything on the front end but the hood. You can even see where it got hit.
Yeah.
On the front end here, there's a tiny little ding.
Yeah,
that was the littlest ding of the whole, you know, front end getting
cool.
smashed. And then the tailgate used to be green because he had a lift gate, but he didn't want to sell the truck to me with a lift gate. He wanted a lift gate, so he found some cheap tailgate and put it on there. So we had a green tailgate for the first like 2 or 3 years I owned it. And then I found that tailgate, got completely ripped off buying it. I paid $200 and give him my old tailgate, which was like a rip off.
I don't know, now that's probably pretty good. They're getting hard to find, I'll be honest with you.
But it was, I don't know, I was okay.
You did good with that. I like these. What are these out of again? I know I've seen the video, but
yeah. So these are from Oxbeam. They're a 7-inch Jeep headlight. They're
Halo.
You can get them in red. These are the amber ones, and then they have white and I think one other color, and then they have, you know, RGB. You can change colors.
I like those, man.
But these are cool because they plug into the stock harness. You don't have to change anything. A lot of people ask me.
And they're LED, so they're not pulling much voltage.
No, and they're super bright on the road. You know, I don't even use the brights almost ever.
That's amazing, man.
And the nice thing is that like when sun just goes down, it's that like mediocre feeling between your headlights or not. I turn the halos on, it just goes down the road, looks like it has like demonic eyes. It's so sick.
And people can see you as if they can't hear you with your exhaust. You know, the day running lights. Tell me about under the engine here. I know you got a 302.
Yeah.
What year do you know?
This is the original engine to the truck.
Wow.
It's a 71 302. We decoded it as a truck engine, so it's the original motor. And then obviously drivetrain behind it's not original. But yeah, it's a pretty basic engine. It's stock head, stock cam, stock block still. So nothing on the bottom end has been touched.
I think it's the exhaust or something like that because, you know, like for example, when we were over at the machine shop, that owner was like, "Is that thing got a cam? Is that thing?" Yeah. It sounds mean for being stock. And I'll be honest with you, 410 gears in the rear. Yep. That thing runs. Yeah. Like, you're taking corners in this thing pretty well too. I'll be honest with you. With that being said, what'd you do to the suspension up front?
Yeah. So I'm in the process of a full Crown Vic swap, which a lot of F100 guys are familiar with. But I'm not done with it. So I had good guys coming up this last. I think it was in like May or I can't remember the date, but it was earlier in the year. We had good guys locally here in Del Mar, and I wanted to take my truck to the show, but I wanted to kind of like spice things up. I was with a lot of good guys prep. Like I put carpet in the interior, I changed the interior, I did a bunch of stuff, but I was like, I really want to change like something aesthetically from the outside of the truck. So I had this wonderful, stupid idea to literally cut the coils and take the whole rear axle out of the truck and flip the axle, weld new tabs on, C-notch and box my frame, and cut a coil and a half off the front. So, and I did this all in 3 days. And we put a 410 gear in at the same time. And the pumpkin's larger, I found out, so I had to notch the housing to fit the ring gear.
He did a video on it. Go to, if you want to see notch your frame, that's how you do it right there. He did a great job.
So literally everything that we've talked about from then to now is actually on the channel. So there's videos from start to finish on this thing, as well as all the other trucks that I bought and sold. So.
Just think how it's going to handle after you do the Crown Vic, the whole frame swap in the Crown Vic, and then you got 4-link in the back on your other frame.
Yep. Yeah. So it's like where you see it now, it's going to be like another 5 to 7 inches lower from where it is right now.
And handle like 16 times better.
It's way fatter tire. It's going to be a better setup.
That's really great. And that's I mean, they're looking at pictures right now. That's a fat 4-link you have in the back.
Yeah.
It's like you made it beefy, and it's an 8.8 rear.
Yeah, 8.8 rear end. Malco Fab actually hooked me up. It was like a giveaway, an Instagram giveaway. You know, you tag 3 friends. You're like, oh, I'm never gonna win this, but I'll try. I actually won it. He was super cool working with me. He built me a custom foiling for the truck. That's an 1 3/4 120 wall DOM tube. It's a fat like rock bouncer style tube.
Yes.
It's massive. He did a really good job building it. It's all TIG welded. It's super nice stuff. And I can't wait to actually test the thing
What
out.
gears are going to be in the 8.8?
So for now, it's got a 373. I'm gonna stick with it because this truck had 350s. They were too long. I put 410s in it. They're pretty nice, but they're probably with more power. It'll be too small.
Yeah.
So I want to try the 373. It's like in the median gear. I feel like so. We'll see how it works.
Man, that's going to be a fun freaking. And you're wanting to race this, aren't you?
Yeah,
like that's your kind of your ultimate goal.
Yeah, I know. Everyone thinks like, oh, dude, I love your truck, and every time I change something, they get mad at me. You know, like
it's your truck. Build it your way.
No, yeah, exactly. Build it your way. But it's like in their eyes, it was perfect. And I'm like, well, I hate to tell you guys, it's not even halfway done yet. Like we're not even close to done. So, like I said, I'll probably change all the body panels again to match better. You know, better patina. I won't. Obviously, I'm never painting this for those. You guys want me to paint it. It's not gonna paint.
You.
But a big 18x10 wheel with a fat tire. You know, the widest autocross wheel and tire setup I can get on this thing.
And what with. Was it 5 on 4.5? You'll have tons of options on wheels and lightweight options and everything.
Yeah, because it's a Crown Vic front end, which is 5 on 4.5, and then the rear ends. You know, they came in Mustangs also, the 8.8. So
now you're going to do something special with the steering on there. You're keeping the rack and pinion. You're going to run manual rack and pinion, but you're doing what now?
It's called electric power steering. So
right.
There's a company, E-Power Steering, actually manufactures like a gear and a motor. It's an assisted motor that you would weld out of the steering column. The shaft that would connect to your steering rack, pretty much in between that rod, you would put a motorized assisted box that would weld to each side of the rod, and as you turn it, you can adjust the voltage that goes to it, and as it senses it's turning, it would, the motor would spin and assist it.
That's cool.
So it's
and you can still feel the road because it's still running through the rack and pinion.
Yeah, exactly.
For racing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I can turn it on 0 and it would be full manual like it is now. No different there. Or I can turn it on 5 and with the key off, everything off, I can literally just spin it with my pinky with 18x10s in the front. So
that's really cool.
It's super sick. Yeah.
Man, you got to really as it sits right now, you're running fuel injection with a regulator on a Edelbrock 600.
Yeah, Edelbrock.
You got your, awesome TV5, whatever,
TKO.
TKO.
35,
you got that, and then you got your 410s in the rear right now, and it's even going to be more badass if I say.
Yeah.
After you do the frame swap. What do we have in the future of this? Are we going to watch you doing like circuit racing?
Yeah. Once I finish it, it's going to stay.
It's never finished, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know why I said
You're
that.
always going to do something.
When stage 1 is done.
There you go.
That's how it really goes. When I get on the new chassis and I have a decent wheel and tire set up, I've got all the bugs worked out, the suspension's worked out. We have everything built to where the fabrication part is done and the fitting parts is done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna literally do what I wanted to do and beat the absolute crap out of it at tracks and racing events and taking on canyons and go to like Mazda Raceway on actual road courses.
Yeah.
And run events. I actually want to race the truck. I want to see how it does. My ultimate dream is to actually get this bucket of bolts to win a trophy at something. I don't care if it's car show. I don't care if it's beating a Corvette.
You want first place. Come on.
I want this truck to actually earn like some sort of award at a racing event, whether it be drag racing or autocross or whatever. But I wanted something I can drive it to the track comfortably with the radio, maybe some AC, steers and handles really well because it's got nice tires. It's not like a little drag car where you're worrying about the skinnies folding over. Drive it to the track, haul ass all day, win something. Maybe if the truck class, I don't know. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
And this is
the way I've seen you drive. I think you're going to win a few. I'll be honest with you.
I'd like to, just at least one.
The California hills is a good practice.
Oh yeah, walk around the corner from my house and a bunch of canyons everywhere. But the whole point is to win an event and drive it all the way home comfortably and be like, yep, I built this thing from the frame up myself.
That's awesome.
So that's really what it is. Just show that I'm 20 years old, full-time college student, doesn't mean you can't build a truck.
Yeah, well, what's great about what you've done and what your truck, you have attention to detail on what you're doing. You're building things right. You guys will see the frame. It's got that, what is it called? A step notch.
Yep.
And you can tell you build it right. And what's cool is you're holding on to the patina, and you're going to bring in a lot of like facets of different kind of genres. You're going to have the people that love the good old boy truck because you still got the,
the original
earned paint job here, you know what I mean? Plus you did it right underneath the truck, and it's going to still be a truck. And you're running manual, you're not going automatic,
No. This truck will never, I couldn't even imagine if I somehow got, hurt and I couldn't use a manual, I would figure out some sort of sequential manual valve body,
seriously,
something
yeah.
to where that's not an issue, so.
Well, man, You definitely make great videos. Guys, check him out, the Craig 909. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, hit the bell icon, and like his videos. For you Ford F100 guys, find the video that you like of his, post it on Ford F100 World, and just share it. He does great videos, he does great work, and he's got a great truck. And thank you so much for taking this time, man, doing this interview with me. Yeah, this is great.
It's a lot of fun.
It really is just an excuse for me to come to San Diego, but
It won't be the last time. I'm hoping every single time you come out here, the truck won't look the same.
I love that, man. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
See you guys.